Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have a special mock showcase for you. I have been working very hard on some recent projects, and I finally have one that I feel like I'm ready to present. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Today, I'm going to be showing off my Rogue One Vader mock. This is based on, of course, the end of Rogue One, where the rebels are escaping with the Death Star plans and Vader. Right before they are boarding onto the Tantive, he marches down the hallway and attempts to recapture the plans. And it was one set that I don't think we'll ever see from LEGO, just because they have their own policies with what is classified as too gruesome and whatnot. I would love a LEGO set in this style, but again, that's one of the reasons why I've made this, is because, you know, I don't think we'll see that. So as far as size goes, it is a little bit smaller in length compared to the Dark Trooper attack set. It is a little bit thicker though in width, because I had to make the walls. So we'll take a look at that really quickly here. Just a little bit of background. This took me about 3 to 4 hours to build on an afternoon, and I was quite impressed. And one of the biggest changes that you'll see in one of my new videos coming up is I have organized and sorted my parts, and that has made it a lot faster for me to build my mocks. So if you've ever considered, you know, sorting your pieces or anything, I would highly recommend it, because it makes the process so much easier and a lot more enjoyable. Because mock building, for those who really, you know, work at their craft, it can be very time consuming to find even the parts, let alone starting the design. So if you have the parts on hand, it makes it that much easier. So here's the actual build. Again, kind of taking a 360 panel view, we can see I have a couple Rebel Troopers. Ironically, this is the first time I've ever used these Rebel Troopers pretty much in any scenario. I had them from the 2007 Battle Pack, and I just never used them. And now they have a purpose. So this is the only different one here. This one came in the Tantive 4, but we've got that. We've got, you know, I gave them some different positionings here, and you can see the tiles on the floor. There are some jumper plates that those troopers in the back are standing on. And I just tried to get a little bit creative. So we got this guy in the corner here who has been disarmed and is awaiting probably his final moments. He looks absolutely petrified down there, curled up in the corner. And then we got, you know, the other two troopers firing at him. Vader's got his saber. This, by the way, this is the arm printed Darth Vader from the meditation chamber. And then we got, obviously, this guy is getting like force choked, and I have a little pin on the floor that's kind of like showing he's levitating. I couldn't find any clear ones, but ideally that would be a clear piece there. And then we've got the door panel, which this guy over here is trying to open the door, and he's got his Death Star plans and that little gold piece, and he's trying to shove them through the door. So that's kind of neat. We can take him out really quickly here, and I'll show you. Nothing, you know, just a little golden piece with a clip there to hold his hand. But I did want to quickly show you this. The door actually has a little bit of functionality. You can close it and open it, sort of. Obviously, the main thing is in that scene, the door gets jammed, and or some people and I like to believe that Vader is using the Force to hold the door while he's, you know, marching down the hallway. So that's one theory. It is a probable theory nonetheless. But anyways, the door gets stuck, and you can see there's a little bit of space there, but I just wanted to kind of show that. So there's a little bit of a slider, push it out. And of course there's the window. Taking a look at the back, obviously this is not something that people will see, but it is just a simple plate I use to hold this in piece, prevent it from falling out. And then there's a smooth tile that it rests on here, and then on the top as well there's smooth tiles that it runs across there. So it works pretty smoothly most of the time. But you know, I think the door design in general looks pretty good. I was happy with the textures there in comparison to, you know, the other parts of the scene. So and then there's the little window piece right there. So a nice door, and pretty happy with that. So again, you can push that somewhat open, stick your figure here, and you know, have him like pretend that he's trying to open the door or whatever. He's trying to figure out how to get the door open. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, what you see is what you get, pretty much. One of the things I was happy with in this MOC was getting the red stripe to pan around the entire section. I don't have a ton of those dark red pieces, but I was pretty happy with that. The other thing I liked was the curved columns, or the walls over here. I kind of just used, again, the parts that I had to my advantage. I also experimented with some of these new 2x6 tile plates. I had recently purchased them in a Bricks and Pieces order, and I decided to give them a shot there. So taking a look at the back, it's, you know, just bricks, nothing fancy. I did not use any filler brick, or I tried not to, at least on the exterior. So everything you see here is pretty much, you know, as clean as it can be, with the exception of like some discolored bricks there. Those are in the old dark bluish gray. And then here in this corner, we just, you know, I tried to connect this section to the entire body so that it stayed nice and strong, because this door, you know, when it opens and closes, it can push some stuff around. So anyways, that turned out pretty nice. And you can see here's the other Robo Trooper trying to fit it through the, you know, the door, and you can see through the window there. It's a little bit of Vader peeking through. And yeah, so again, I was pretty happy with that. Just really quickly here, I will take the figures off and we'll take a look at the scene. Okay, so here's what it looks like without the figures. And one thing you'll notice is the wall in the back there looks a little plain. I was thinking about adding some wall details, but one of the things I wanted to do was fit the figures in there, so I didn't really bother too much with that. I could have added some grill bricks, kind of like these, on the door, on the side of the walls. I was thinking I could do that. That is something I might look into in the future, but for now I was happy with it. Another thing I was considering doing was adding another column over here similar to those, but I liked the look of this slope kind of arch in the doorway, and I felt like if I added another one of these here, it would kind of distract from this, and I would probably have to redesign this area. So I kept that. And the last thing is, you know, the door is, you know, it's not super pretty from the back, but ultimately nobody's really going to care about that. Like when this is on display, you're pretty much looking at it from one angle, and that is the front side view here. So yeah, I would say there's about 300 pieces in this MOC in total. It was quite fun to build. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Now just quickly take a look at the bottom. It uses plates and then a couple bricks. I tried to use a similar foundation as in the Dark Trooper attack set, where I didn't fill in everything. And there is, you know, there is a little bit of filler brick there, because it's, nobody's going to see that. But pretty much that's about it. So again, super happy with this. I think it came out pretty good, better than some of the other ones I've done. I find that when I build sets and MOCs in white, it can be a little bit challenging because of the pieces. If they're not clean, they look kind of yellowed and dirty. And the Tantive has a very clean appearance. Now, I don't actually know if this was, I think it was like the boarding hallway to the Tantive. I don't know if it was actually on the Tantive, but it was, you know, it's similar in that color scheme. So again, pretty happy with this. I will show you where I display it, and then we'll end off the video there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like. That's going to do it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.